Very quickly, thanks to LeetCode. More detailed thanks will be in the description. Please check it out. Hey, iPad kids, stop scrolling. Just check it out. This is a coding type of video, not my usual video, but yeah. So basically, if most people who watch my videos are younger than the age of high school. So but basically, there's something called O of n and O of n squared. So what that just means is a for is so of O and n squared is just a for loop inside of a for loop, and O of n is just a for loop. So now, so the LeetCode problem, the two sum, I will be explaining it in this video. So I made the video and forgot to explain what we're doing in the video. So now I'll be explaining what we're doing in this video. Basically, I already explained two sum, but the actual problem itself is basically given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return the indices I and j such that nums I plus nums j equals targets and I does not equal j. So I don't know if you got confused, but I did when I read that. So I'll explain it later in the video. So class solutions, line 1, we don't need to really focus on this, but line 2, define two sum. So we're making the function two sum, which is making a list, the nums and the target. So where the target in this case would be 10, and then and the nums, which is the list, would be 4 and 5 and 6. So for I in range length of nums. So I is the same thing as an indices, which an indices is the list basically, but it's like the specific item in the list. So so basically the I is the first number that the number that we're currently looking at. So or the computer's looking at. So it'd be 4. So then for I in range length nums. So it's the length nums is just checking how long the list is. In this case, it will be 3 different items long. For j in range, so it's making a new one called j, which is the same thing as I, except it's a little bit different because it's I plus 1. This is not saying just like the number plus 1. It's not saying literally. It's looking at it's looking at this item, and it's moving on to the next item. So it's like the next item after the I. And then the length of nums, I just explained it. If nums j equals target minus nums I. So basically, ignore the nums. Like this has to be there for the code, but like ignore it for now. Just pretend as if it was j. So then remember, the nums is the list, just to remind you. But like if j is the equivalent of target minus I. So if j is the equivalent, so basically if we're looking at the 5 right now because j is currently the j is equivalent to 5. So we're looking at 5, and so if 5 is the equivalent target minus I, which in this case, remember, our I is 4, and our j is 5, and our target is 10. So hey, so I had to pause this video to give you a really important breaking news! Only 3.5% of my viewers are actually subscribed to me! And yes, this is actually a real thing. YouTubers don't fake. This is actually a real thing. But yeah, I had to sadly say this message to tell you to subscribe! So if j equals 10 minus 4, then which in this case we're looking at the number 6, it does. Target minus 4 would be 6, so it is. So this means that that this line will run, which says return ij, which return is basically saying print ij. And if you don't know what print means, then you shouldn't be here. Now the thing is, it doesn't return. What it returns is not 4 and 6. What it returns is 0 and 2. Now, if you're a little confused, it's because 0 you know how we like count things like the first thing, the second. Yeah, the computer doesn't do that. It actually does things a little different. The 0 index, which I think that's how you spell it, the first. So that's how how it counts it. So technically, if I'm looking at you as a human, then what I'm returning is 1 and 3. But since it's a computer, it's gonna be 0 and 2. So so it's returning 0 and 2, not 4 and 6. Now, if we run this code, our output becomes accepted. So yeah, I'll be making another video on this because there's multiple ways of solving this problem. Now, I had another specific one which I wanted to show you guys, but I'm running out of time. I don't have a timer. I'm just deciding that I'm running out of time because I don't like you guys. And so I'll be making another video on this because I'm not that mean. Maybe in another millennia or so. Hey, you guys have to wait.